Are you looking to improve your cold email campaigns? Well, in today's video, I want to take you behind the curtain and show you the exact cold email optimization checklist that we use to book meetings with our agency X27. X27, if you don't know, specializes in booking meetings with Fortune 500 clients for our customers. So if you want to book meetings with Fortune 500 clients, then stick around, implement this checklist, and take your cold email campaigns to the next level. Who am I? I'm Alex Berman. I'm the author of Cold Email Manifesto. We've generated over $100 million in leads for our customers and booked meetings with almost the entirety of the Fortune 500. So stick around. This is going to be a good one. But before I show you this checklist, if you wouldn't mind liking this video and subscribing down below to help spread these videos far and wide and get more people to improve their cold email campaigns. This is the campaign optimization checklist. You can use this checklist to optimize your cold email campaigns. We use this internally at X27 to ensure that we are consistently able to book meetings with billion-dollar brands. So let's go through this step by step, and I'll go through all the questions that you should be asking in order to improve your cold email campaigns. And it starts with the email accounts. Does every email account have an engaging signature? And if you're wondering about signatures, we can actually link to the signature video down below, and we'll show you exactly what goes into an engaging signature. Next question is, does every email account have a headshot? If you're wondering about how to set up your profile, your headshot and everything, for G Suite accounts, it's going to be in the settings. Otherwise, you're going to just be adding a professional headshot. And you can do that. Also, we've made a whole video that goes through how to set up a headshot. So you can see every step in setting up a new account that way. So that's email accounts. Then the next section is for lead follow-up. Are replies being sent within 24 hours of a lead responding? Yes or no? You really want to get that response rate as fast as possible if you want to ensure that your meeting book rate is as high as possible. In a perfect world, you would respond instantly or within 5 minutes of these people getting back to you. But sometimes you might have to wait up to 24 hours if your sales team's busy or whatever. So I have that here, but really it needs to be within 5 minutes. Are we following up with leads every week until we get a no? If somebody expresses positive sentiment, they're like, oh yeah, this sounds like it could be interesting, then it's your salespeople's job to keep chasing these leads down until they give you a yes or a no. Next one is, are we cold calling leads who have shown interest but have not scheduled a meeting? Cold calling is a huge part of making sure that your cold emails convert. If you really want meetings, then you're chasing these people down via cold call and trying to book those meetings as well. If you want a cold calling script that works every time, then you got to check out the one we have inside of Salesman X. It's rock solid, it's tested in the market, and it works every time. The final question in this section is, does every response have a call to action to book a meeting? You can't forget the goal of the sales process, which is either to make a sale or book a meeting. Don't answer a question from a customer without asking them to hop on a call. Don't answer anything without having a call to action at the end of your email. Always be driving forward. You're the salesperson. They are not going to drive you forward to a sale. You are the only person who can take the prospect from where they are right now to the finish line of handing you money. So do that. The next section of the campaign optimization checklist are the scripts, the cold email scripts. And the questions on that are as follows. 1, are custom first lines being used? Custom first lines are personalized compliments that go out at the beginning of every cold email sequence. I tell everyone to use custom first lines until you can figure out how to write generic first lines for your exact niche. Now, if you don't understand what I just said, then please stick with custom first lines until you get it. The next one is, are there 4 sends in each campaign? Typically, on our cold email campaigns, we have 4 touch points. The initial email, a bump, then either a big news one like, hey, just got off the phone with the CMO, or a 2 ideas email. Hey, here are 2 ideas for how to improve your business. And then the final touch is a breakup email, which goes something like, hey, name, at this point, I'm going to assume improving your marketing isn't a priority this year. Let me know if that changes. Look forward to working together. Then the next section is there a true offer / case study included in all scripts? Every script should have a no-brainer offer and a case study. The offer is something like, I will generate 2 leads for you in the next day. And if I succeed in that, you owe me $200 per meeting. Whatever the offer is, it needs to be clear. And the case study is something like, recently, I helped XYZ company do thing and generate X results and would love to do the same for you. The offer doesn't necessarily need to be written as I just described it in every email, but different case studies should be used in each one of those follow-up sequences in order to show that you have credibility and that all their competitors are buying you, so they might as well take a lead. The next question here is, are all scripts short and to the point? A quick bump could be a couple words. And the longest cold email that you're going to send shouldn't really be more than like 6-ish sentences, 5-6 sentences, because you just want to get the point across to them as quickly as possible and get them to respond to the email. You can send longer emails once they're engaging with you. But before that, you just need to get on their radar and get them to say yes or no to the campaign. The next one is, do any sentences start with I or we? And if so, you fix scripts, because no sentence should start with I or we. If you're looking for a hack on how to remove the I from your sentences, just know that most of the time you can actually just pull it right out. So for instance, instead of saying, I recently generated 2,000 leads for Fortune 500 companies, you can instead say, recently generated 2,000 leads for Fortune 500 companies. There's no need to say the I, there's no need to say the we, and it makes the email seem a lot more about them when you start writing that way. Then we move into the data. Is fresh data being created every week? Are new leads being added every single week? Are job titles the exact ones that are approved by the client? Are the revenue qualifiers being met? Are bounce rates below 10% for every send? So this is all solved if you use LeadShark, because not only are you getting leads every single week, but their bounce rates are always below 10% because we have that 0% bounce rate guarantee, which says that every lead that bounces gets replaced with 5 leads up to a maximum amount of, I think it's 100. I don't know exactly what the maximum amount is, because the more your emails bounce, the higher the chance that you get marked as spam. Anything under 5% is fine. Then we come to the sends. Did the outreach specialist send the correct amount of emails each day? Were the subject lines tested correctly? What that means is, if your goal is 200 a day, you better make sure you sent 200 a day. You didn't send, 150. Make sure you send 200 a day. And then the second part was, were the subject lines tested correctly? Which means if you send a cold email with a subject line, let's say it's quick question, and it gets a 40% open rate, I don't want to see you test quick question again the next day. I want to see a different subject line so that you can see how we can move the open rate up. Every single day, you should be testing one variable. Every campaign that goes out should be trying to get better on the day before. And that's how you create rock solid, world-class cold email campaigns. For tracking, we ask, was the outreach spreadsheet updated daily? This is our internal tracking KPI tool. If you have questions on setting yours up, the most basic way to do it is to look at your stats from your email sending tool. If you're using Instantly or Lemlist or Mailshake or any of those, they all track open rates, response rates, meeting book rate. And if you want to track those in an Excel sheet, you can. In fact, I think we can link down. Let's link down to our outreach spreadsheet so you guys can take a look at that as well. Then we get into account success, where we actually optimize the campaigns. Were open rates consistently over 80%? If not, test more subject lines. Was reply rate over 20%? If not, revamp the custom first lines, because the more specific that compliment is, the better that compliment is, the higher the response rate is going to be, both positive and negative. Did we reach the weekly meeting target? If not, we need to do a full review and see what went wrong. Because if we have a meeting target of, let's say we send 100 emails and we want to get 6 meetings on the calendar, well, what went wrong? Did we not send the 100 emails? Was there something wrong with the body of the email? Were the leads messed up? What happened? That is what we wanted to check with this point. So here's LinkedIn, where we ask, were connection requests sent every week? Were messages sent to all the connection requests within 24 hours? Were leads sent to the outreach specialist within 24 hours? Did outreach respond to the lead within 24 hours of receiving the lead? So that is a short version of our LinkedIn outreach process, which we cover in our course LinkedIn X. Then we have one for PR as well, which goes through some PR questions that you can ask if you wanted to build a similar checklist for your PR campaigns. Was content written on time? Was content sent to the client on time? Were the edits made within 48 hours? Were articles pitched to at least 100 publications every month? Did written articles get sent to publications within 24 hours of acceptance? Did we follow up with publications weekly for the confirmation dates? Did content get promoted on client social media accounts within 24 hours of being published? So all of these ones could be broken down into subchecks if you want. This is just the bonus part. So I'm just giving you some easy examples that you could use. Then there's troubleshooting for how we manage the actual team. And you can use these for how you manage your team. So there's 3 questions here. Did team members contact management for any issues within 24 hours? You really don't want your team members struggling if they can't solve a problem for more than 24 hours. And honestly, you could even shorten this to an hour or 2. The second one is, were management emails responded to within 24 hours? And did the management solve the issue within 24 hours? Then we go to the client interaction, which is, did updates get sent to the client? the number required in their contract? Did client emails get responded to within 24 hours? Did client requests get solved as a priority over everything else? Did everything show up on client update calls? And did everyone prepare for client update calls with clear and concise updates? If you want us to do this for you as an agency, then go over to x27marketing.com and fill out the contact form over there. If you want this as a download, the link is in the description. You can have that for free. And if you want to join a community of hustlers, get access to our private community, and talk to me about your business every single week, then join Email 10K. You can join that at email10k.com. And it also comes with access to all of our documents, all of our courses, everything we've ever made on growing a business, growing an agency, growing a SaaS. You can have access to all of that inside of Email 10K. So go on over to email10k.com and check it out. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to smash that like button to encourage this type of content on YouTube. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.